welcome to this week's edition of the Pete Mezzetti Show. I'm Pete Mezzetti. Tonight's topic of discussion is the Miracle League of Southeastern Connecticut, and with me to discuss what's going on with the Miracle League is Jim Grogan.
Pete, how you doing?
Hi, buddy. How are you? Good to see you.
Glad to make my yearly pilgrimage on your show to talk about the Miracle League and the Oyster Festival.
I know. This is probably like once a year we see each other. We see each other.
Other than that.
Other than that, but this is the annual pilgrimage. But before we get started, let's talk about the Miracle League and exactly what they do.
Okay. Miracle League is a 501c3 charity for children with disabilities of physical, cognitive, and developmental challenges. And we provide them opportunities to participate in recreational activities in a fun, safe, and developing environment. We started, the one that I'm part of, started in 2017.
Alrighty.
In 2020, we built the Miracle League Field in East Lyme, Connecticut, and since then we've been running various sports programs.
Right.
The Miracle League, we are the second of 3 Miracle Leagues in the state of Connecticut.
All right.
The first one is the Miracle League in West Hartford, and they started in 2012, and they've helped ferry us along through our beginning years. And last year, a third Miracle League opened in Vernon, Connecticut, the Miracle League of Northern Connecticut. The Miracle League concept itself was devised by a group in Georgia back in 2000. And the whole basis of it was you design this special field, synthetic field, where it's all flat, no dirt, no mounds, easy to get around for everybody. And you run baseball games for people with special challenges, and you buddy them up. The idea was a great idea, and it spread like wildfire, not only through the United States, but through other countries too.
Okay.
So, we had the field built, and we started with baseball program, soccer program, and since then it has grown immensely, and we're really excited about that. I can go through a few of the sports activities we have. So right now we're beginning our fall activities. This past Sunday it started. We're running baseball, soccer, we're doing dance in coordination with Eastern Connecticut Ballet.
Yep.
In the winter, we'll be running a basketball program and another dance program. In the spring, that is our busiest time. We run a baseball program, a lacrosse program, still another dance program with Eastern Connecticut Ballet. We do a kickball program, and we started 2 new sports this year that we're very excited about. In coordination with the Valley Shore YMCA, we did adaptive swimming, and that they sent a couple of their instructors out to get special certification for adaptive swimming with children with disabilities. And we also partnered with Lyme Youth Services and had been doing tennis pals. We did the summer one, the spring one was an outdoor, and we're gonna do another one in the winter indoor at Lyme Shores.
Okay.
So the kids have been a lot of opportunities. Just recently, in end of August, we did the I Can Bike.
That's right.
That is a very special program. We bring in, we hire a company that has special instructors, and we have children who start with not being able to ride a bicycle at all, and in 5 days, they're riding the bike around the outside area of the middle school where we run this. Cool. And it was interesting, one of the women on the board of the Miracle League is a special ed teacher, and she's been a special ed teacher for 15 years.
Wow.
And this was her first year being involved with the I Can Bike as a volunteer. And what she says, this is the first time she's ever seen such a fast turnaround. She's, children with the developmental challenges, usually it takes a lot of time before you see small incremental changes. She said in all her history, she'd never seen anything where 5 days later, it was just a huge change in what the ability of something they can do. Also during the summers, we coordinate with the Niantic Yacht Club for Take a Kid Sailing. It's a hugely popular program. This year we took 52 kids out sailing on different boats.
Awesome.
So those are our major sports programs. Throughout the year, we do a lot of other activities. In the spring, we have what's called the Chillin' Without Peeps egg hunt, and that's done on the Miracle League field in a sensory way. And then coming up in next month is Halloween.
That's right, October.
And so we also, on our Miracle League field, in the daytime we do this. Again, it's sensory friendly, and we'll have our trick-or-treat event.
Now, what is the date of the trick-or-treat event? Sometime in October around Halloween?
Yeah, I'd have to look the date
All right.
again.
Okay.
Actually, I think I do have it here.
Do you?
I have everything.
Of course you do.
October 26th.
All right.
Good question.
Oh, thank you. And as far as the October 26th trick-or-treat event, where, when, and what time?
It is at the Miracle League Field. The Miracle League Field is in East Lyme, Connecticut, on Route 1 behind the Flanders Elementary School.
Okay.
Let's see if I have the time written down. I don't have the time right now.
No? For more information, check the website.
Yes.
Everything's there.
Everything is on the website.
Yes.
And it'll be advertised on the website a lot more coming up.
Right. What other events do we do throughout the year for the Miracle League?
Oh, the Miracle League also, when you're doing things like building baseball fields, we also have an all abilities basketball field. The past year we built family restrooms, and now we are raising money to build an all accessible playground in the same area as our baseball field, restrooms, and basketball field.
Oh, cool.
And so to raise money for that,
Yeah.
we have 3 big fundraising activities. In the spring, in June, we have a golf tournament. In the winter, in February, in coordination with Mohegan Sun at their cabaret, we have a comedy night with a comedian followed by a hypnotist who's
Yes.
very, very funny, very
Oh,
well
is he?
known in the area. And then coming up in September, this year on September 21st, we have the Niantic Bay Oyster Festival, and that is also a fundraiser.
And I believe, if I'm not mistaken, you're chairman of the Oyster Festival.
That is correct.
I was gonna say,
I am
I
the
think
coordinator and chairman of the Oyster
I
Festival.
think I knew that.
Yes.
Now I know we're going to talk about it second segment, but let's talk about it now considering it was brought up. Tell us a
Sure.
little bit about the Oyster Festival.
Okay, the Oyster Festival said it's going to be Saturday, September 21st,
Yeah.
from 12 noon to 6 p.m.
Okay.
Obviously, we have oysters, we have oyster vendors. We also have 6 breweries.
Okay.
We'll have some food trucks. We have 3 live bands. From noon to 2, we have Azalea Drive. From 2 to 4, we have Fusion. And from 4 to 6, we have the Paul Lucia Band.
Okay.
We also have a separate children's area, and I'm excited about our children's area this year because we've always had the Children's Museum of Niantic
Yeah.
help us with activities in the Children's Museum. This year we're also having Balestrini's daycare help, and the Valley Shore YMCA is bringing some of their staff and
cool.
activities over. So I think it's going to be a very exciting corner for the children this year.
Now, if somebody doesn't like oysters, are there other foods to
Yes,
partake
there
in?
are.
Oh, excellent.
There's the Black Sheep is going to be there, who usually puts out a great menu. There's Short Rib Cafe. There's
Okay.
Nourish Food Truck. And finally, in the 4 years I'm running it, I finally got a pizza truck. We have Frank Wood Fired Pizza.
Nice.
So and we also have desserts. We have Nora's Cupcakes, and we have ice cream. We have Kono's flavored ice.
Okay.
So even if you don't like oysters, there's plenty to eat, plenty to do. And we also have a first also. We've always had breweries.
Right.
So this year we have 6 breweries, but this year we have someone called Sip Sip Hooray, who are going to be serving margaritas and electric Raz Limeole.
What is that?
I don't know.
Okay.
I'm looking forward to finding out.
I was gonna
It
say,
sounds
what?
refreshing.
Now, who are the breweries that we have?
This year, I have Niantic Public House,
Okay.
right down 910. Is one of
Right.
the, obviously, big sponsors.
Mm-hmm.
I have Gray Sail Brewing from up in Westerly.
Yeah.
I have 5 Churches Brewing from right in downtown Niantic.
Right.
I have Myrcene Ale, who's locally right here in
Old
Old
Saybrook,
Saybrook.
sure.
I have Whalers Brewing Company, who's also up from the Rhode Island area.
Okay.
And Outer Light Brewing from Groton.
Oh, sure. Wow. Very
Yeah.
eclectic list
Yes.
of breweries. Now, I believe some of the breweries donate 100% of the proceeds back to the Miracle League,
Yeah,
correct?
the Gray Sale.
Gray Sale, okay.
Gray Sale does that. They're very nice to us. Every single year they've participated, they do donate 100% to the proceeds.
Very cool.
Which is good. And the way we make it as a fundraiser
Yes.
is every single vendor donates 25% of the proceeds from the day.
Okay.
That's how we make the money. We do not charge people to come into the festival at all.
There's no
Entry is totally free.
Right.
We sell food tickets. Each ticket is $1 a piece. And then when you buy your items from the different food vendors, or beers, or oysters, or from pizza, you give them the food tickets, and then they give us 25% of their proceeds.
Oh, cool.
So that's how the Miracle League makes the money. And as I said, we use that money then to build things like an all-accessible playground.
Now, how did the idea of the Oyster Festival come about?
It was kind of a coordination of multiple different things. The Miracle League, was looking for a way to raise money. We were still pretty new at that time. The Downtown Niantic Association was looking for something to happen in downtown Niantic, and a couple of the restaurants were saying, you know, we coordinate a lot with the oyster vendors. It would be something nice to have a small oyster festival in this area. We don't have one. You know, there's the huge one down in Milford, which we're not in any way, shape, or form in competition with them. We're a very small, compact festival. And that kind of got the ball rolling. And so it's a kind of a cooperation between us, Niantic Main Street, and some of the local restaurants in the area.
Cool. Would you mind sticking around for another segment?
I would love to.
All right, we'll be right back.
Every day, thousands of kids start vaping. And I can't let this happen to my kid. So if you want to talk to your kids, you have to get it trending.
No, you're doing it wrong.
Let's go.
Can we talk?
Yeah, what's up?
Visit talkaboutvaping.org for tips on when and how to have the vape talk.
Plan for your retirement with these tips from Better Business Bureau. First, determine your ideal retirement age and how much money you think you'll need. Experts suggest 80% of your pre-retirement income to maintain your current lifestyle. Then choose a retirement savings plan. Start a budget that includes your monthly savings for retirement. Financial consultants accredited with the BBB seal adhere to the standards of trust and have committed to operating with your best interests in mind.
Welcome back to this week's edition of the Pete Mezzetti Show. I'm Pete Mezzetti, sitting here with Jim Grogan from the Miracle League of Southeastern Connecticut. Welcome back, sir.
Glad to be back.
Thanks for sticking around. So we had a whole bunch of events recently. Can we do a recap of the events that we had?
Sure. Some of them were just for the families of the Miracle League kids.
Okay.
So this past Saturday over in Harkness Park in Waterford was a combined picnic for the Miracle League of West Haven and the Miracle League of Southeastern Connecticut families.
Right.
And they got to enjoy 6 hours of just having fun in that area in Harkness that's for kids with special needs. So also we have a young gentleman who's part of the Miracle League board who's still in high school. And he has coordinated in the last year 3 separate car shows in which he collects money from the people who come to show their cars.
Yeah.
And he's donated all that money to the Miracle League.
Cool.
And between his 3 car shows, we've probably had close to $2,000 worth of donations from him.
Wow, good for him.
Yes. And throughout the year, we do other things, you know, there's another program in East Lyme that has to do with the STEM for looking at the stars and the cosmos and stuff, and they coordinated a special day just for the children from the Miracle League to be able to come. So it was more sensory friendly, not loud, and kept down on the bright lights. We have activities like that. I know a couple of the movie theaters in the area have put on special sensory friendly shows for the kids. So a lot goes on, and we try to help, you know, go through the different communities and ask them to help come up with ideas, you know, either fundraising ideas or just ideas of things for that activities that the kids can do to have fun.
Now, how does the Miracle League of Southeastern Connecticut work with the Miracle League up in West Hartford? They're pretty close?
Very closely. Matter of fact, 2 of the people in the Miracle League of West Hartford are part of the board of directors for the Miracle League of Southeastern Connecticut. We coordinate a lot of our deers, some activities once a year. Either they come down to East Lyme and to play a game against our team from Southeastern Connecticut, or we go up to West Hartford and play one game against them. And the kids love it. It's like a road game for them.
Oh, wow.
Which they don't usually get to do. A couple of our activities, fundraisers we've coordinated together, and they help us with some of the ideas. When I talk about the Miracle League, when I talk about it was started by a group in Georgia that has coordinated throughout the world. The Miracle League of West Hartford did something above and beyond. Every other Miracle League that you find just does baseball. When you hear of a Miracle League in New York, New Jersey, they just play baseball on the baseball field. And the West Hartford group said, we want to do more. So they were the first ones to start offering other stuff like lacrosse and soccer and kickball and basketball. They even do bowling. And they did swimming before us.
Oh, cool.
And so they brought that idea down to us. And they were like, you don't have to do this, but here's some of our recommendations and here's how you can do it. So it's a very cooperative between the 2 Miracle Leagues. We're almost like one.
Yeah.
And they many times run their I Can Bike program before ours. And like next year, we're looking to run ours directly the week after there. So they generally have a waiting list. And so if people can't make it onto theirs, they can transfer over and do the I Can Bike week with us down on the shoreline.
Oh, cool.
And that was one of the ways that we got formed, is they were in the middle of the state in West Hartford, and they were getting comments from some of the families, we have to drive like an hour, and you're the only opportunity that our kids have to do these sports. Right. So they kind of came up and talked to our director of Park and Rec at the time, Niantic Dave Putnam. He loved the idea, and he's the one who got it started in 2017 on the shoreline.
Now, how did you get involved with the Miracle League, and why did you get involved with the Miracle League?
I retired from Millstone Power Station after 36 years at Millstone and 6 years in subs and in U.S. Navy. And after that 42 years, I was always so busy, too busy to get that involved in community things. So as soon as I retired, I was looking for something I can give back in the community. And I'd heard about this great charity that was just starting, which was designed to help kids with special challenges. And so I signed up, and I've been helping ever since.
Obviously, you enjoy it.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. Now the board of directors is not too big.
Nope. Board of directors, and we're still at the point where we're less of an overseeing group, which many board of directors are, and more of we still come up with the activities and all the volunteers for all the activities too. So like when I'm running the Oyster Festival on the 21st, most of the people you see on the field are going to be Miracle League board of directors.
Now let's talk about the Oyster Festival.
Yes. Once again, Saturday, September 21st.
That's right.
12 noon to 6. Admission is free.
All right.
My oyster vendors are Niantic-based shellfish, Behan Oyster Farm, Watch Hill oysters, and Sixpenny oysters.
Okay.
We already went over the breweries and the food vendors. Keep an eye out for us also on social media, on Facebook and Instagram. We're going to be doing ticket giveaways. We'll be giving out blocks of 20 tickets for free. Cool. Parking will be on site. It is at 400 Main Street in Niantic, behind St. John's Episcopal Church. The behind the church will be handicap parking. On the front lawn in front of the church will be paid parking for $5 a car. And then as that gets full, you can still use a couple of the local municipal lots in the area.
Now, roughly, how many kids are involved with the Miracle League as far as the programs go?
Ooh, it fluctuates, but between somewhere around 150 to 200 kids.
Oh my goodness!
Yeah, it's expanded a lot in the last couple of years. I know when I first got involved with the winter basketball program, we ran 1 hour, 6 to 7 o'clock, all ages. and then it's just getting more and more and more kids to the point where we had over 60 kids last year.
Oh my
we actually
goodness.
have to break it up into 2 separate hours. The first hour, 6 to 7 o'clock, is for the younger kids, 11 and under, and then from 7 to 8 o'clock was 12 and up.
Oh, wow.
And that has gone very well. It's to the point now where, especially with the older kids, we can actually have full court games going on at times.
Now, as far as 2025 goes, what's the Miracle League up to?
It'll be interesting to see.
Yeah.
As I said,
Okay.
if you'd asked me a year ago, I wouldn't have known about the tennis, and the swimming was still in its just talked about mode. So as we coordinate with other communities and other agencies and organizations and come up with ideas like we did with the Valley Shore Y with swimming,
Right.
and we did with the Lyme Youth Services for tennis, and we'll still have all the programs we have. We're not getting rid of any programs,
Right.
so we have these year-round.
Now, if people want to donate or make a donation to the Miracle League, where can they go?
You can go to Miracle League, Southeastern, it's actually easy if you can just,
Right.
I don't know if you can get a close-up on that. It's in the corner. And will you
There we
post it with your?
Yep. And then, or you can scan the QR code, which I'm assuming goes directly to the website.
That is correct.
All right.
And we're also on Facebook, Miracle League of Southeastern Connecticut.
Cool. And everything. Let's go through the vendors for the Oyster Fest because we got some more time.
All right. So I got Niantic Bay Shellfish, Behan Oyster Farm, Watch Hill Oysters, Sixpenny Offices. I got Nora's Cupcakes, and new for her this year is Nora's Ice Cream Truck. I got Kono's Flavored Ices. I got the Black Sheep, which is a restaurant in town in Niantic. I got Short Rib Cafe. Ooh. I got Nourish Food Truck. Excited to see that. That'll be the first time we have those. And I said Frank's Wood Fired Pizza. We have a couple that we might or might not have, so I'm not going to mention them yet. Our breweries are Niantic Public House, Graysale Brewing, Five Churches Brewing, Myrcene Ale, Whalers Brewing Company, and Outer Light Brewing. And for our margaritas and Electric Raz, Limeol, Sip Sip Hooray. Those are the vendors. Our bands, once again.
I was going to say there's live music too.
Yes, Azalea Drive, Fusion, and Paul Lucia Band. There's every 2 hours.
Okay.
There's a band.
And have you heard either of the 3 bands play?
I've heard all the bands play, and they're all very good.
Are they good?
And Fusion is excellent. Fusion is one of the best shoreline bands we have in this area.
Really? Now, if people want to volunteer for the Miracle League or volunteer for the Oyster Festival, can they?
Yes, we're always taking volunteers.
Of course you are.
For all these sports programs, because the way a lot of these sports programs work is they buddy up with the child. So as many volunteers as we can get, we're happy. We run most of these, like in the fall, all of these programs are running right now or on Sundays. They start in the morning and go through the afternoon. And you can sign up for the whole day, or you can sign up for one specific time slot for an event.
Right.
And again, those are also on both our website and our Facebook page.
Now, as far as fall events go, I think we have a trick-or-treating event coming up.
That's correct.
And I believe it's, let's see.
October 26th.
There you go.
October 26th, we'll be
Saturday.
doing trick-or-treating, yes. And it has a rain date for Sunday.
And what can people typically expect when they come to the trick-or-treating event? And of course, is it at the trick-or-treating events at the field, correct?
Yes, it is on the Miracle League field.
Okay.
And the trick-or-treaters are the Miracle League kids.
Okay.
It's a special event for them, but we invite organizations to come to set up tables to hand out candy or other items. It's interesting how many of the giveaway trinkets sometimes are more popular than the candy, like the little fake snakes and worms and other giveaways like that. But yeah, we invite any organization they want to sign up to tent, and we also invite people to dress up. Just about every table last year was dressed up, and I know the Miracle League group this year is going to be a Dunkin' Donut theme. And they're going to set it up like a drive-through, and they're going to be dressed up like donuts and cupcakes.
Gee, I have an idea where that came from.
Yes.
Maybe a mutual friend of ours.
Yeah.
And what type of information can people find on the website?
Oh, on the website, they're going to find a listing
Everything.
of all the programs that we're running, what time there are, and the age groups, and what we need looking for volunteers and help. They also will always get the information on what is the next upcoming fundraiser.
Right.
So a few months ago, it was all about the golf tournament, and right now it's all about the Oyster Festival.
Right.
After the Oyster Festival's done, it's going to be all about the Mohegan Sun Cabaret Comedy Night.
Cool.
And then we just reshuffle and start again.
And then you just recycle it.
Yes.
What's your favorite event?
Oyster Fest, of course.
Festival.
Even though I got to say, the comedy night was hilarious.
Was it?
Everybody who went raved about it last year.
Well, Jim Grogan from the Miracle League, we're about to run out of time, but before we do, I want to thank you for coming down and thank you for all the work you do for the Miracle League.
Right. Thank you. Thank you for having me on again.
You got it.
It's always a pleasure.
We'll see you soon.
Thank you, Pete.
You got it. On behalf of Jim Grogan, I'm Pete Mezzetti. Thanks, good night. We'll see you next week.